Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new. I just want to start off the video by saying thank you guys so much for 2,000 subscribers. I can't believe that we are growing as quickly as we are, and I'm so excited for the future of this channel to see what kind of opportunities present themselves and to just grow and continue this fragrance journey and keep putting out videos for everyone to enjoy. So I just wanted to start off by saying that. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it so much more than you know. But today I'm going to be talking about Yves Saint Laurent YSL's Libre line, and I wanted to do this video because I've had a little bit of experience with the line. I actually have a full bottle of Intense and the Eau de Parfum, but I wanted to make this video comparing the EDP, the Intense, and they just released a brand new flanker for this line, which is Libre Le Parfum. So it just hit the shelves literally a couple days ago, and I've done a little bit of research on it, and I want to tell you guys the very subtle differences between this line. I wish I had a sample to show you guys of the Le Parfum, but I think that just based on the notes that were given online, it's pretty obvious what the major differences is in the new release. So anyway, let's jump into it. The first version that I have, I actually have it on my wrist already. This is the Eau de Parfum. I just picked up a sample of this because this is such a hyped fragrance. I feel like at this moment, this is the most talked about designer fragrance that is on the market. And the original Eau de Parfum came out in 2019. And this was a very unique release based on, what your typical designer house puts out, because it added a lavender note. And that is not very commonly found in female fragrances. That is a note that is very predominant in male fragrances and, barbershop fragrances. It's a very popular note to add. So, and in this fragrance, in the top, it has that lavender note, it has some mandarin orange, and it has a floral note, it has a jasmine note in the middle, and in the base in this fragrance, in the Eau de Parfum, it has musk, it has vanilla, cedar, and ambergris. When I smell this on my skin, or even just here, this is a very light perfume. It doesn't have, I don't get any of the vanilla. I get a lot of musk, especially in the dry down on my wrist here. This fragrance in the Libre line could almost be unisex, just because in this one in particular, which I will explain the differences in the Intense and the Le Parfum here in a second, but with this one in particular, it comes off very musky. And I think it's just the combination of the musk note and the lavender note that kind of makes it more masculine. It leans a little masculine. It could be a unisex fragrance. But like I said, to me, to my nose, and to a lot of other reviewers' noses, the vanilla note is almost non-existent in this one. So in my opinion, this one is the lightest of the whole line. So the next one that we have on the list, this is Libre Intense. The first thing that I'll say right away is that usually when a line comes out with a flanker and they name it, Intense, it is generally a much more powerful fragrance than the original, the one that came before. And honestly, in my opinion, with this one, it is different, and I'm gonna tell you why, but just straight off, I don't think that this one is necessarily louder. When you picture intense fragrances, I don't really think that that is what this is, but there are differences for sure. And the main difference between this one and the Eau de Parfum is that you definitely get the vanilla note in this. This has a very, very predominant vanilla note. So immediately it's much deeper. It's a little more sensual. To me, in my opinion, this puts it instantly as a date night fragrance or something that is more suited for the fall, cooler weather. It's much deeper and more sensual than the original Eau de Parfum, which in my opinion, I think could be worn year round, basically for any occasion, just because I feel like it is a little bit lighter. And so this one also has an added tonka bean note, which just applies to everything that I just said. It makes it more sensual, a little more spicy, it adds a lot of depth compared to the Eau de Parfum. And this fragrance, I think, is much more feminine than the Eau de Parfum. I think that this one, like I said, is better for a date night, for an occasion. I don't think that this would be good for a daytime scent. Unless you live somewhere where it's pretty cool. That's a huge thing with, getting into perfume, living in Miami, which is where I live, and it's so hot year round. You have to be really careful about the perfumes that you buy because you can't really pull off a lot of these darker, more sensual fragrances in the heat. It's cloying, it's too much, and it just doesn't work. So it's kind of sad in a way. Like, I wish that I could expand a little bit more in in the fragrances that I wear, but I can't. You can't pull up. There's just some fragrances that are not designed for the heat, and this one, I think I'm actually going to be exchanging it for the Eau de Parfum now that I've done my thorough testing. And I think that it would be more suited for everyday wear for me here in Miami. So the intense version is much more feminine. It takes out the musky note. There's no muskiness to this one. And with the vanilla and tonka bean, it's just deeper, more feminine, much more mass appealing. I think that with the original Eau de Parfum, this tester that I have, YSL was really pushing the limits. They were really testing, you know, people's noses because, like I said, adding the lavender notes, this one obviously, as you guys know, has the lavender note as well, but it doesn't have that kind of conflicting masculinity to it like the Eau de Parfum does. So this one is definitely more feminine and very good, very sexy. There is a new flanker that just came out literally a couple days ago. This is Libre Le Parfum. This one has probably the biggest difference of notes compared to the other two, and the Eau de Toilette as well. I haven't even mentioned in this video. I don't have any experience with that one, so I can't say too much, but in terms of notes, this new flanker differs the most. This has an added saffron note, it has ginger in the top, and it has a bourbon vanilla note in the base, and it also has a added honey note. So this one definitely differs the most in terms of notes. It just kind of adds a little twist to the original DNA of Libre. It adds a little bit of an oriental touch, and instantly, just based on the note list alone, this one is definitely more suited for the winter and for fall and nighttime, you know, occasions. It's a very rich, sexy fragrance. And in my opinion, I feel like this one is going to be also a little on the unisex side, because in this one, in the Le Parfum, it does not have the floral note. It doesn't have the jasmine note that the other two have. And with the added spices, like with the saffron and the ginger, I think that it's gonna make it a little more unisex. But regardless, I'm very excited to try it out. I need to go to Sephora today or tomorrow, and I'm gonna go sniff it, and maybe I'll let you guys know. I want to film a video for the best fall fragrances for women. So obviously this is going to be on that list, and I want to go try out the new version, and I'll give you guys an update in that video. But I do really appreciate the Libre line. Comparing it to a lot of other designer fragrances, well, basically most designer fragrances, I think that it kind of stands out in the way that it's a little more daring with the lavender note, and they all perform very well. I get amazing performance on all of them. That's kind of why I wanted to wait until the end of the video to talk about the performance, just because they're all equally amazing. I didn't notice any big difference in terms of projection or longevity on the skin and clothes between the Eau de Parfum and the Intense. So they both perform amazingly. I'm sure the Le Parfum is going to be a 10 out of 10 as well. And I also love that each flanker in this line kind of serves a different purpose. It has, like, it works for its space, right? It has earned its space in these stores, you know. With the original, like I said, I feel like it can be worn year round, better for the daytime if you wanted a signature scent. All of these are signature scent worthy, definitely. And I love that the Intense and the Le Parfum are more suited for the cooler months and for an occasion. So it's like you could wear the Eau de Parfum during the day, you go to your workout class or you're running errands, it'd be perfect. And then you could, you know, throw on the Intense for a dinner date, or the Le Parfum like you're going to a charity ball or something. Like I think it's very nice that each fragrance has its own occasion. So, and also that, you know, it's more unique than most designer fragrances. So I definitely get the hype. I see it everywhere I go on Instagram and in all the stores. People are going crazy over this fragrance, and I do totally understand why. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below what your favorite Libre is. If you've tried the new Le Parfum, I'd love to hear your opinions. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.